What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Live Wealthy, back with another video today, and we are taking a look at some of the electric vehicle stocks that have just been taking off, soaring as Tesla is on the rise. Specifically today, I'll be taking a look at NIO, ticker symbol NIO KNDI, I don't know how to say it, but ticker symbol KNDI, and the last one is Solo, ticker symbol SOLO. So if you enjoy these type of videos or want to see me do other stocks, drop it in the comment section down below, subscribe to my channel, and like the video as it shares it with others who might also be interested, and we'll kind of take a look on how that goes. So let me record, and the first one is NIO, excuse me. And NIO was up $6 today, which was 12%, compared to the market. Market wasn't up nearly close to 12%, right? As we could see, what I have here is a chart dating back to, early September, right? So about a 3-month chart on the daily candle here, and what we see is just a really nice uptrend, especially from mid-October to now. The stock's gone from being in the 23s, mid-20s to the mid-50s now. So great growth potential there. If we take a look at the daily chart, what we'll see is why is it doing that? There we go. Nothing but straight up, right? If we take a look at the 5-day chart, kind of similar pattern. It did calm down there for a day or two in the middle, but overall the trend's been really nice. The monthly chart, and then especially the year-to-date chart, as we can see, used to be a $2 stock back at the beginning of this year, so it's gotten exponentially larger, but what I want to focus more on is the daily chart. Now, I did play NIO a couple times last week on the sort of green candle we had here exactly a week ago on Monday. I also played it here on Thursday. But one thing that I personally like doing with these stocks is they're running up so quickly, so fast. I'm not going to be someone that says, oh, they're going to crash, right? Or they're going to go up. The market, if the market thinks that they're worth more, or people are going to buy and they're going to go up, I'm not going to be the one to fight that. But what I do want to see is the stock coming back to the AEMA with NIO. And the reason being, right, what we saw here for a lot of days was it was above the AEMA, it stayed above the AEMA, but then we had a red candle where it bounced off the AEMA, and then the next day it pushed up from the AEMA. And then, that day was a green candle, right? Kind of similar to this one. Look at that, right? So close to it. Then we have this gap. The next day we had a red candle, and we, kind of barely went under the AEMA. But what I'm trying to say is the stock typically finds good support at or right below the AEMA. Looking at the trend from the past month or so, right? Kind of two things here, right? Two scenarios that I see happening in the future. Currently, I'm not in NIO. I sold all the options that I have. I'm playing options with this one just because I think that's, a good way to kind of play the stock because of the volatility. We see here the gap between the AEMA and the candle has kind of existed for a while before it came down to hit the AEMA. Here, however, that lasted for a day. Here it lasted for a day. Here, it's the second day where we're kind of doing this. So what I'm personally looking to see is what happens tomorrow. If we get a green candle tomorrow and the stock's pushing up, I'm not going to fight that. I might jump in, I might do a day trade on NIO, kind of riding on the way up, riding on that momentum. Or if the other thing that happens, which again could happen, is it coming back to the AEMA. So today the AEMA was at 48. Tomorrow, for those of you guys that have some sort of a chart set up, right, just go on the daily chart, put the AEMA on the daily chart, and see what that number is. If NIO does go down tomorrow, then I want to kind of look for that entry off the AEMA. That's my personal plan, right? If you guys are long on NIO, do I think you should sell out? No, absolutely not. Again, do what you want to do, but I personally, since I'm playing options, right, I have sort of a time that I have for the trade to work. If you have a stock, you could hold it infinitely, right? But I'm looking to get in at a price where I could exit, with the volatility relatively quickly than I would with stocks. So that's my plan, is wait tomorrow. If it's green, maybe hop on for a quick day trade. If not, wait for it to come back to the AEMA or see where it bounces and kind of play it off of that. KNDI is something, KNDI, I don't know, I'm just going to call it KNDI because it sounds cooler. That one is something that I also have played. I can maybe even share some trade because I got out of that one today, so it might be easier for me to to share that. Let me see if I have a screenshot of it on my phone, or if I could get it. Yeah, so let me send this over and I'll kind of share with you guys. So with KNDI, whatever it is, with this stock, I am in on stocks as well as some options trades. So this is, I bought the $15 call. I bought it last week on Thursday, and then Friday we had a red day, so I added, and I was up 48% today, or 22% on my overall trade. So as you can see, you know, yes, the stock also went up 23%, but this picture was taken at 8:55 a.m., right? Which, if I go to the daily chart on KNDI, I'm probably saying it wrong, but anyway, that's when we were at $13. So if I had held all the way to the end, you know, I would have been up a lot more. But I sold one at 22%, and then the other one I think I rode to like 30 or 35% on the overall trade. My plan for this one is a bit different since it is a much cheaper stock. I do own both stocks and I'm playing options with the volatility. And with this one, I think the overall trend, if we go to the daily chart, has been a little bit different than NIO. Let me zoom out here. I played the stock actually back here in May when it was at $3, and I sold with this little run up. It went from like high 2s to like mid 3s, and I made, you know, I thought that was an insane amount of money that I made. If only I had stayed for a while, it would have been a much different story. So with KNDI, whatever it is, what I'm looking for next is this approach of the high that was set back in July 30th. That high was also, I mean, it looks like a pump and dump, right? We went up, you know, the low from 379 to 932, and then we went from 853 the next morning to 17, and then the next day came down to 7. So clearly more of like a pump and dump type of situation. Whereas this time, although it's going up, you know, with a lot of speed as well, at least it's kind of spread out, and it took some time to consolidate before going up again. So that's sort of the point I'm watching. As you can see, even after hours, it's up another 9%. So just something to keep in mind, right, is stocks pushing up. So my plan on this one is, again, taking a look at, let me put the AEMA on and we can see, right? So it was under all the EMAs, and then it's been pushing up. It came down, didn't even hit the AEMA, and then it's having another green candle today. So my plan with this one is I'm kind of going in and out of stock and locking in some of those profits, just because I know how much more volatile this one is. And that it won't likely hit the AE, like I'm not waiting for it, like I'm waiting for NIO to hit the AEMA. If it's strong, I'm in. And if it falls, right, we see that it's, you know, twice fallen, bounced off the 89 EMA here, and then here it fell below the 89 EMA. Didn't really stay there for too long. But my point is the stock's at, you know, 15s, in the 16s after hours, but the AEMA, which is the first, you know, kind of EMA that I see, is not until all the way down to 11. And then we've got 930, 850, and then low to high 7s as support as well. So my plan on this one is if the stock's, you know, kind of ride it with the momentum, and kind of go in and out. Not really looking to hold this one as long term as I am solo. So that brings me to my third one. I also traded this stock back when it was like $2, and I made, I think, like 20% in a couple days, and I thought that was huge. But again, if I had held that much, it would have been worth 5 times what it was back then. So you know, same thing with solo. I think it's a mixture of like NIO and KNDI for me, in that, you know, it's not coming to the AEMA, it's riding above the AEMA, the gap sort of widening. It had a red candle today, which is not something we've seen for, you know, the past like week-ish, right? But my sort of, so I'm long on stock in this one, and then I have a leap call going out to June of next year, expecting the stock to go up. But you know, kind of a mixture of you know, solo, or excuse me, of KNDI and NIO, where I'm looking to see what the stock does tomorrow, right? And then either adding or cutting some of my position, and then adding at a lower date. I also want to see the stock eventually bounce off of the AEMA, whether it goes down to meet the AEMA all the way down to $8. It's not as separated as KNDI was, right? But or whether, you know, it kind of goes sideways for a little bit or slightly up, and then the AEMA catches up, because the stock price is going up as well. So that's my plan on that. Again, I'm holding stock and kind of waiting to see. If we take a look back at, the high we set on Friday, right, that was at 1360. So something for the stock to kind of either take a little bit of consolidation time and push up, or with the way electric stocks are, I want to see it push towards that 1360 mark as well. But unlike KNDI doesn't have a high coming up that was set a few months ago. Now, I want to remind you guys that all of this is also based on Tesla, right? This sort of run for a lot of these stocks started with Tesla going crazy, right? And with last week, Tesla being added to the S&P 500. And today, Tesla receiving a price upgrade, which caused it to go from, I think, in the 490s to 520s. Has gotten a lot of excitement towards electric vehicles, and a lot of that excitement is carried over to these little stocks because they're a lot cheaper to trade and probably have a lot more growth potential from a percentage wise than Tesla probably does at this point. So just something to keep in mind, right? All these opinions are mine, what I'm doing with the stock, but if you feel differently, if you think they're all going to continue to go up and you want to go in right now, that's up to you. But I've kind of laid out my plan. Do hold solo, sold out of KNDI, but looking to get back in, and then waiting for that EMA entry on the NIO. If it happens, if it doesn't happen, then I might go in if the momentum is there. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys learned something. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys are doing with some of these stocks, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.